Okay. In 3, 2, 1. Hey! It works! We're back. Okay. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another ProxyBrewer stream. Oh boy. Welcome, welcome. We have returned. For another day of sculpting, another day of blendering. If you guys don't mind, I'm just gonna finish up this little rendering project I have here, because I just figured out a really nice rendering method that I've been wanting to figure out for a while. So we're gonna start with this today, and then when I sufficiently done with this, we're gonna start, excuse me, on some commissions. Okay. Let's see here. Well, hello, Tiger. Another rendering method. This is the rendering method, okay? Relax. This is gonna be the one. Okay, I just wanted to figure this out, because the problem with Eevee is, if you want to have an edge mask, it's really hard to do that in Eevee, but Eevee is the fastest way of rendering. I've been doing it in cycles, which is like 50 times slower. It just takes so long, and it's so annoying. But rendering in Eevee is a lot easier, and as you can see, I can even render it right now. Well, like, this is in rendered view on stream, so it barely takes any resources at all. What I've been wanting to do is mess around with the geometry nodes, because apparently you can just get edge information from geometry nodes. And if that's true, I need to start learning geometry nodes, because apparently that's you can do a lot with this. So if I store a named attribute and I just grab the edge angle and I grab the signed angle here, put it into the value, then I call this, we'll just call this edge angle. Good evening, Thomas. Welcome back to the stream. Up here doing well. So if I call this edge angle, and then I go over to my rendering view, and I grab this edge angle, and I stick this into my color ramp, and I just preview this, look at this. I'm getting a bunch of edge information, which is insane. I've been wanting to do this for a while now. Because look at all these nice white edges. It's like it's got like an edge highlight on it. And I've been wanting to do that. I've been doing this in cycles this whole time, but I can also just do it in freaking Blender, my dude. Copy modifier. Look at that. I have all the edges right there. That's insane, no? So if I now swap to this, I grab these colors. I can ham up these colors by bringing these two closer together, I think. If I bring the white closer to the black, you can really see those edges pop out at you. And I just want a really subtle edge on everything. Like that-ish. See? So now you see the edges on his designs. And you see the edges on his hair and the highlight on his freaking mustache. And on this, see? You can make it brighter if you want to, but I mean, this is really bright. This is like a dusting almost. But this is really cool. It allows me to bring out those edge highlights in the render view while being an Eevee, which is really insane. Because I had to do this in cycles before. I'm gonna say that looks pretty good. So if I were to now render this, I'm gonna save. See, even the spear has nice edges now. See? Oh. Okay, we've survived. Good. If I set this to the display capture, you can see. Oh, look at that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous edges. Little edge highlights. So this is, okay, what I should have done here, I should have remeshed this and smoothed it out a little bit, because these edges are very sharp. They don't really have any bevel to them, but I mean, it's fine. Doesn't really matter that much. It's more about the other edge highlights, like on any sharp objects like this, on his hand, or on the shoulder here. If I can save this and bring this over to my Photoshop here. Text. Other text. So as you can see on my other renders, on this new style, there's no white edge highlighting. But now, bring this in. Now there is. Oops. Go away, Mr. Man in the background. Look at that. Now we have edge highlights. Perfect. And what's nice, actually, where's my other? I think it's a little bit dark. I need to bring this one in. Bring a bit of light back into the scene. And if I then ham up the saturation, oh, that's too far. Where's my saturation? Just by like 10 points, maybe. And then I can even change color if I want to. I think that looks really nice. It's kind of the look I've been going for. So it's pretty much this, but with edge highlights. Okay, good. Well, now I've kind of exposed the way that I render my stuff. So if you wanted to copy this, you can go ahead and make a screenshot. That's how I do it. Just save this. Exit out of this. Remove this. And let's open up the commission file. Are my references? When I do that, let me pour myself a drink. Okay. Where's my PRF? Here it is. Open. Commission. Okay, right. We are gonna sculpt some vintage Vanguards. Gonna grab these and isolate them. Back folder. Turn them off. Da, da, da. Also this hat. So it's back. Okay. Let's start with our chest plate here. Quick tutorial on how to make a chest plate. Start with a plane. With one half, mirror the other, mirror it to the other side. Scale. Also, this can go to the back as well. Don't need the skeleton right now. Give it a subdiv. It's really just a stretching of a couple of vertices. Obviously, I don't need any of these buttons, so I'm going to get rid of those. Put this to the back as well. So, Curious is kind of a weird shape in that it kind of bends outwards. Let's make turn proportional editing on. It kind of bends out at the bottom, goes in, and then goes out again, like this. Extend this. Oh, I just applied a subdiv on something I shouldn't have done. Oh gosh. Okay. We're good. We're good, we're good. Don't worry. You kind of want to just wrap it around, right? Give it another subdiv. Maybe even relax this one. it's a little wide. This definitely needs to pull in. This needs to go out. Just turn on cavity so you can see a little better. The top needs to remain circular, so I'm just going to copy what I did here and just flatten these together. And you can just relax this as well. Oops. There you go. Now, obviously, this is not how a Curious really works. A Curious is usually split down the side, but I just want to get this general shape going here. You just extend this down, right? Obviously, these need to be brought in more. A little bit further. I need an extra edge loop here. Connect those. Need to make a hole for the arms. It's really just about moving vertices until they look right. If I can just add a crease here. Kind of. Yeah, that works. Probably here too. Not really. I'm going to send this whole model to the back as well. Don't need to look at it constantly. These sides are still a little... There you go. I want to make sure these line up. straight as you can. This is sticking out a little far. I think we can pull this down a little further. It has to hang over the old taint area, usually. You know what I mean? No, this is not a perfect circle, so let me just relax this as well. Yeah, there you go. That's a little bit better. Still want this to be more pointy, so... We have to add another edge loop down the middle to really sell that effect. Or I can just make a crease. The crease is probably better. Scale this a little. These terminate pretty nicely there. This could be higher in the back. I do want to kind of envelop what we have, just to make sure that it fits, you know? This at the side doesn't worry me as much. Because this would be normally compressed, you know? You can even just symmetrize this and smooth this over. We don't really care about that so much. Is this masked? Oh, it was masked. Okay. Smooth this in here. There you go. Perfect. Check if there's no dents. No weird shapes. Silhouette looks good. Let's give this a solidify modifier for now. just to give it the thickness that it needs, which can intersect with the body. We can always smooth this stuff out later. Let's see. This is the top side a little bit wide. It is, I think. This does have to align. There we go. Now it's straight. This looks a little weird though, doesn't it? Just want this to look as circular as possible. Chest area needs to be lower. This needs to be more slanted to the side. Most of these points should come out. This can come in slightly. There we go. Looks a bit more natural, I think. Yeah. Bottom is still a little up high. I mean low, I mean. There we go. the specifications here. See. This definitely needs to line up better. My belt. So would a belt fit like this? I feel like the chest needs to be longer then. Needs to extend way further down. Yo, where's my color? This is a metal color. Go. It's the basic look. Definitely need to figure out a way to do the collar here. Back to the back. I copy this, paste, and I remove the solidify, give it a skin modifier. I go into it and I just say, give me the increased Y radius. Scale it down. Does that work? Kind of hides the color pretty well. Probably merge these two together. Same with these colors. Um, Just doesn't look the nicest from the sides. I think. Oh, that looks awful. That looks really bad. Maybe if I make this smaller. Oh, it still looks pretty shit. I don't like that one. I feel like this hole should be smaller to begin with. Whoa. Lucas Smith said, I just realized I gotta make a character geonode generator of 10 species. Thoughts or prayers? Well, first of all, my prayers are with you, but second of all, what the heck is a character geonode generator? Care to explain to the class? care to share with the class what the heck that is, Mr. Lucas? Making character with geometry nodes? I don't know how you would even go about doing that. You have to do that for like a assignment or something for your work? How do you do that with geonodes, man? Entire characters? What are you talking about? The collar is too tight on this. Try that again. A little annoying how this back part curves down. How do I fix this? Make it higher? This part flat. Guess that would work better. Selection. Still protrudes quite far. Just bring this hole back to the top here. I mean, that part I can flatten out. I can just sculpt this later. It's not a big deal. Just want it to look at least somewhat aligned. There we go. Here we go. I like the way that looks generally. Fill all. So this is in the middle. Did I freak up again? Hope not. No, that's good, I think. The head bit. It's kind of the illusion of a collar type thing. I still feel like this is just kind of small. Should be broader? Question mark. A little bit broader, at least. There you go. It's a bit better. Pretty decent. Button. Whoops. Nope. Did not mean to do that yet again. Stop. All right. We're making some headway here. Pretty good. Pretty decent. Let's look at the shoulders here. That's what we'll be wearing. What the heck is happening? All these freaking mirrors. There we go. Too bad. Not looking terrible. Needs a little bit of work still, but we're making, you know, we're making progress. Looking kind of clean, at least. That's for sure. Really not sure how this is gonna work. I don't think that's gonna fit. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work. I don't think I'll be able to keep this modular if I make those large overlapping shoulder pads. So it's definitely gonna impact the way the arms are gonna look. I have to discuss this with Mr. Iron. 'Cause I don't think that's gonna work. Will definitely not fit under there. It's definitely not gonna fit for sure. Maybe if I put them way up high, but I feel like it's... Yeah. No, that'll work. Just in a very limited amount of poses. Like a very limited amount of poses. Surprise. Definitely have to angle them up. Will just barely work. Gabriel Weber asks, when did you start learning Blender? About 2 years ago. 2 or 3 years ago is when I started learning Blender. And I started only with sculpting and like making miniatures, so I still don't know a lot about the other side of Blender. I don't know how you would really effectively remesh something or retopologize something. Most of the rendering is still kind of a mystery for me. But I figured out the miniature sculpting part pretty well by now. So let's see. Needs to be the same width over here to kind of fit, right? Kind of has to have that same shape. Otherwise it looks kind of silly. Slanted shape. Are you looking to learn Blender, Mr. Gabriel? It's pretty fun. Blender is one of those programs that if you figure this out, you could do a lot. You really can get quite far in whatever it is that you need. It's kind of a I would call it a Swiss knife. Swiss Army knife of 3D modeling. If you know how to do Blender, you can do most other programs as well. Gabriel says, I've recently started to fool around with the software. Seems like I just have so much stuff to figure out. Should even start to make some things, but I don't know where to focus to get the hang of it. Well, what is it that you want to make? Maybe I can help you on your way a little bit. Do you want to make miniatures? Do you want to make, like, animations? Do you want to make characters, vehicles? What is it really that you want to do? What appeals to you? Gabriel says, I studied design in college and work in an industrial automation company. We have some collaborators that design models for machines that we make, but they all do that in other programs like SolidWorks. So, like AutoCAD design, what you're talking about. Am I right? It's like machining, pretty much. It was not the model, really just a render. Yes, AutoCAD-like. I see. Yeah, so, then you should definitely Like rendering is actually really viable in Blender. There's a lot of fast ways to render. The EV engine has gotten very well, very nice with performance and generally rendering scenes with a lot of light and cascading, and like a lot of people actually use Blender for their product design overall. So definitely you could do those things in Blender. I wouldn't say like actual product design as in functional design. I wouldn't do that in Blender. I would definitely keep that to programs such as AutoCAD, you know, where you can actually like adjust variables and set tolerances. But for rendering, you definitely you can do a lot in Blender. And if you really want to start somewhere, I really do think that you have to start basic with Blender. You really need to get used to the viewport. You need to get used to all the tools that you have. You need to spend a lot of time in the software itself before you can really you know, freehand something. So I would start with something very simple. Render a donut. There's like a bunch of donut tutorials online that you can follow. And by the end of like a few YouTube videos, you'll have like a rendered donut. And from there, you can start rendering your product designs. So there's a lot of, you know, learning the software to be done before you can really freehand stuff. But that's where I would start if I were to relearn Blender and if I wanted to do like product design and maybe advertisement or animation and stuff like that. I would definitely start simple and then work my way up. Because at the start, I tried way too many things, dude. And I have some Blender files that are legitimately 30 gigs like in size. And I can't even open them because I'll have to wait 5 minutes to even open up the project file. Because it did so many things wrong. There's too much geometry. The rendering settings are like on like 5K or 6K even. And then if you press render, your computer will just overheat and explode. So definitely start slow with that. Okay, this is looking quite nice. Need to make the leather wraps for the shoes. These things and to copy them pretty much. These have a very chunky aesthetic to them. Even though my job was just rendering, I just fell in love with the software and making just everything I can think of. Even I don't know half the things I would need to do what I want. But I'm getting comfortable with it. Yeah, that's exactly what you need to do. You just need to make a bunch of stuff. Start small, render a bunch of things, and kind of build your knowledge from there. And once you get really comfortable with, you know, finding your way around, the YouTube tutorials can really, you know, round out your knowledge. That's the only thing that's really annoying about Blender is that, okay, there's two things. One is it updates so many damn times a year that you don't even know which version you should be using. And two is that the knowledge is everywhere. Like, there's not just one central area where you can get your knowledge from. It's everywhere around all of YouTube. There's different ways to do... There's like 17 ways to do the same thing in Blender. I swear there is. And sometimes it gets really frustrating. Like, I myself, I'm still on Blender 4.2.11, but I dread the moment that I'm going to have to switch to 4.5 or even 5.0, because they want to bring out 5.0 by the end of this year, or at least somewhere next year. And I swear to God, I'm going to have to relearn like a bunch of stuff. Tools are going to be missing from where I want them to be. I just know that's going to be hell. Every single time it's the same thing. Oh yeah, and the third thing is definitely there's no like support you can get. Like, sure, you can go to the Blender Discord and the community forums and whatever, and you can ask your question, but good luck getting help there. Like, you have to figure it out, man. You just have to get in there. And I swear, I've found bugs in this program that no one has the answer to, and I've wanted to, you know, tell people how to do it, but there's no avenue to where I can contact the devs and they can like figure this out with me. I have to do it myself every time. And sometimes it really is just, if you want to circumvent some of the bugs, you just have to go to a specific version of Blender to do what you want to do, and that's just super annoying. Gabriel says, I don't know who I can watch for help because of the different versions. Lucas says, I can't even recall every 4.5 feature, and I've watched every Blender Today stream. Iron says, man, I wish I had more time to watch more tutorials, but it updates so fast. I got a chunk of time to start a project. It feels like a lot of starting over. Yeah, exactly. The nice thing is that the, you know, most of the things stay the same, as in, if you just want to model things like this, I don't think they'll ever change the way that this is set up, where you can, you know, spawn in objects and if you want to edit vertices and stuff, this works really well. And even the sculpting works really good. It's just the way that it's laid out. They'll just move. So in 4.5, I swear half of this entire bar is missing, and it's just hidden in this new library they made at the bottom of your screen, and then you just have to go figure it out. They gave it all new icons. They gave it, and some of the what do you call it? The settings are in different places as well, and that's in that version. So it's just a lot of mixing around. I definitely recommend, if you want to start with Blender, stick to one version. Like, forget about updating for like at least like half a year. Learn that version, and then you can maybe swap over, and you'll find things faster. But man, like, dude, I haven't even, these tabs up here, I don't even know what half of these do. Scripting? You think I'm gonna script? I don't even know. I mean, I know how to script, but like Python and stuff, how would I even? Good lord, there's a world of possibilities. And only recently have I started fucking around with the geometry nodes. Look at this nonsense. What am I even looking at? Where is this going? What are these numbers? I'm seeing edges, faces. Look at that. There's so much data to sift through. You got UV editing. I don't ever want to touch this. I have to unwrap a model to give it a texture and material. Good lord. I don't even know. I stick to layout and I stick to sculpting. Those are the two I touch. Then there's animation / rendering, because I need to render my models, you know, to get an end result. But I don't know what any of these are. No idea. I don't even bother. Oh yeah, and then another thing. Okay, I'm painting Blender in a really bad light here, but it is an amazing piece of software. The thing is, with every update, the add-ons start breaking. So, you know, vital add-ons that I use all the time, like hard ops or machine tools that I paid for, will just break sometimes, because, you know, these developers can't instantly keep up with all of the updates that they push out. And also, hello, Mr. Iron. Welcome back to the stream. I'm working on your commission, as you can see. I'll have to ask you later if this is going to be viable, because I don't know if I can make this modular in this way. For now, this looks okay, but I don't know if I start rotating this arm. I'll have to rotate this in a very specific way to make sure that this is still modular. We'll have to figure it out and look at that later. Where's my music? See if we make this black. That looks good. Oops. Aaron says, could just keep the shoulder pockets like the base arms. Honestly, I figured you might be able to reuse some of the base arm sets. Oh no, this is going to be... I mean, they're going to fit on each other, but I'm just wondering... I don't know if I can... You know, if it's going to fit under these as well. It probably will. Because it's the same dimensions of the arms. I made sure it's all the same. I'm just saying it could be... I'll have to figure it out. We'll do a couple of tests later. Once I rig this up. I'll just have to make this slightly smaller than in the references that you sent me. Just to make sure that it fits under both sets, you know? Because you do want to, you want to keep everything modular as you can. So they won't be as large as in the commission pictures that you sent me. I'm just trying to make everything make sense. Can't make that any smaller. Yeah, they're same height. Yeah. But what do you think, Mr. Iron? How's it looking so far? Liking what you're seeing? I think I will keep it like this without the pockets, just so you can have more modularity and add those yourself, you know? But I think they're lining up pretty good. Of course, we still need to do the boots and make the pockets on the pants. Also, it needs the big sign on the chest. But for a single day, we've gotten pretty far. I think I'll probably be done with this by next week. I think these are looking very, very clean so far. Looking good? Nice. I'm glad to hear that. Very, very glad. Of course, I'll have to discuss the revisions as well. See if you want any changes later, but I think for a base, getting pretty good. We're making some we're making some headway. We're making some good progress. Sitting in some meetings. Slacking off, are we? Looking at the pretty models? To make these a little smaller. Okay, let's give him the old gaiters. The gaiters. Big chunky gaiters. shrink wrap this. Will that even work? Kinda does. Oh, that works really well. Wow. Okay. Good. Great. Shrink wrap is my favorite modifier in Blender, for sure. This is just a cheat code. It just allows you to do everything you ever wanted in your whole life. You just wrap it up in plastic, inflate it a little bit. Perfect. It just works. Work smarter, not harder, fellas. Lasso this. Oh, oh look, his cock is showing. What the heck? Wait. I'm just gonna inflate this past this edge here. And then we're just gonna tuck it back in. Wait, where the pet? Oh god, did my shit just crash? Oh jeez. I really hope I saved. Oh, don't do all that work. Ah. Fuck. Oh, and I just pressed the frickin' save button. When did it crash? Ah, I just freaking. Why did it crash, dude? To redo all of that? Surely. Ugh. Nice, dude. God dang it. Why did it crash? I had such a good thing going. Frick. Really? To redo the whole freaking thing I just sculpted? How long did that take? It was like 20 minutes of sculpting. Ah, boy. Did it really not auto save? What is my auto save? Every 10 minutes. Did I do all of that in 10 minutes? There's no way. This runs from 10 minutes ago. Guess I did that all 10 minutes. Really? Okay. Do another one. I'll just show you how to sculpt that whole thing again. Fucking hell. Dang it, man. Piece of crud. I have a bevel node or something? No, not quite. Although that somehow does make it look better. fine. Just quickly do it again. Make sure to freaking save this time. Gosh darn it. That's why I do hate Blender sometimes. It'll just crash. Usually I set it to every 10 minutes for an autosave. But I swear sometimes the autosave makes it crash. So I do religiously spam the save button. I don't know. That was very annoying. Probably gets in a doom state and will crash anytime it's saved after a certain point. Oh yeah, it's probably. There are some hiccups with this program. For sure. I think it's, I don't know. I really want to try out the new Vulkan rendering engine on Blender 4.5. Apparently, it literally like 10x's your performance when sculpting. So I'm really looking forward to the stable version of that. Because, good lord. I could use some performance right now. I mean, I'm also saving up for a new GPU, so it'll be a double whammy once it does a release. How is this floating there? What the heck? Hey, where's my camera? Doo-doo. Okay, let's just quickly draw some lines that make sense. Put one here. One here, one here. Here. One here. There. Here. One there. Look Oliver. Look Oliver. Look Oliver. I make quick and easy folds, guys. First you draw a sharp line, then you draw a blunt line, and then you fade away the edges. Really easy. Draw some lines in between. Still don't look so good. That'd be a continuous line. It just looks silly. needs to either go up or down, or join up with an existing fold. Meet Dream says hi. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Aaron says I gotta run. Looking like a good start though. Glad you like it, my friend. Make sure to let me know if you want anything changed. I'll give you some work in progress pictures later when I'm done with the stream. Hope you have a wonderful day, my friend. Dream says, is this a commission? Yes. This is a commission that we're working on right now. It is the vintage Vanguard. Very generous patron has requested this. And it will be a community release. So everyone in the community gets it. Dream says, how long have you been modeling? Years? I've been modeling for about 2 years-ish. I started in late 2023, so about 2.5 years. Yeah. Alright, make sure I save before it crashes again. There we go. I'm liking the way this looks. I'm really liking it. It's looking pretty good. Pretty decent. Need to make the legs a little fatter. Cut a mile and a half. Mirror them across. gosh. Daydream says, are you sculpting individual pieces? Or is it one big model? No, no, no. These are all individual pieces. It's not one big model. Here, I'll show you. As you can see, everything is completely separate. And I try not to... You know, this right here, I've got 2 million polygons, 12 million polygons. That's already way too much. But that's probably because this is the most dense model over here. I can hide this. Most of the polygons stay away. See, it's only like 4 million polygons here on screen. I try to keep it sub 10 million polygons in total. That's what I recommend for you as well. Because Blender is not very good with high poly counts yet. Although the new Vulkan rendering engine, or Vulkan engine, will change that ever so slightly in version 4.5. It's supposed to really speed up the sculpting speed. Yeah, it chugs when it gets up high. Definitely annoying. But like I said, they're working on it in the new... I think there is a pre-alpha version that you can install, and it's already supposed to be working really well. But yeah, definitely divide your stuff up into chunks, and... yeah, you can always merge it later if you want to. Thanks for answering my questions. Been tweaking on this stuff lately. Yeah. It, Blender definitely has a learning curve to it. So... I wish I had these answers when I started. Because I have some Blender files, I think I said earlier, where if I try to open them, it takes anywhere between 4 to 10 minutes to open. And then if you try to move something, you have to wait about 5 minutes per object, because they're all so super dense and unoptimized. So yeah, it's good to know before you start sculpting. XLRX says, is this World War I plus Crusaders? This is a commission from a community member. And it's supposed to be one of the vintage It's like based on a Warhammer, like old Warhammer models. But obviously non-copyrightable. We'll say a legally distinct Warhammer model. Maybe I can show you what that looks like here. Something it's supposed to be looking something like this, but like in a newer style, kind of. That's what it's based off of. It's like a really, really old model. Some hard freaking, what do you call it? XLRX says that's stealing. No, no, no. I don't think so, my friend. Stealing is when you take something that exists and you try to resell the exact same thing. That would be stealing. But, you know, if you model something completely from the ground up with your own design, that's called actually just creating your own model. This just doesn't exist. It's not in the real world. Very good. Like the way we're going. Yeah, I'm very happy with this. Looks great. Good start. All right. We've been streaming for about 3 hours now. I think I'm running all out of steam over here. We got quite far. I'm really liking the way this looks. We'll have to continue on this next week. I don't stream on the weekends, so you'll be able to see me back on Monday. I'm gonna allow people to ask some questions for about 5 more minutes. If anyone has a question they want to ask me with regards to Blender or anything really, I'll be happy to answer you before I close the stream here. I don't see any questions coming through. I think I'm gonna call it here, guys. Like I said, I'll be back on Monday. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you later. See ya. Bye, guys. Bye. See ya.